Hey everybody, welcome to the YouTube channel, Addicted to Miracles. My name is Chrissy Fitzgerald and I am going to do a live stream and take volunteers, do little sample sessions for people with using the Body Code, which is an energetic transformation navigation system. I just made that up. But anyways, it's created by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and it's kind of like a roadmap to the brain, helps us to locate where we might be limiting ourselves or creating or having imbalances that are creating lack of wellness or creating disease. So I'm going to talk for a few minutes and just let people kind of pop on. I told everybody I would be starting at 2 o'clock. It's about 3 minutes before 2 o'clock. So I'm just going to kind of talk for a few minutes, let people give them the next few minutes before I really kind of talk about anything crazy important. Although I do have a really fun special offer that I'm going to be giving you guys. It's just for the next 2 weeks, and it's not public on my website, but there's a special URL that I'm going to share with you just to get to a promotion that I'm doing. I'm trying out a new calendar online booking system, and just so that I can practice, I've created a very cheap, inexpensive way for people to have a session with me if they choose. So I'll tell you it now. I'll tell you it like 5 times probably throughout the call. But if you go to addictedtomiracles.com, that is my website. But if you go to addictedtomiracles.com/raise your vibes, which is what we're going to do today, by the way, addictedtomiracles.com/raise your vibes, that's going to take you to a special where you can book yourself a 45-minute private session with me for 60% off of my regular pricing. So that is a good deal. $36 for 45 minutes. That's my special gift for you guys. Anyways, say hi if you're watching and let me know who's here. Oh, hey, Soraya's here. Awesome. So again, I'm going to just wait a couple minutes, and it was just 222 when you said hello, Soraya. When I read it, it was 2 minutes and 22 seconds that I was on live. I love playing around with those numbers. So people are starting to pop on, so that's cool. I'll just wait a few more minutes. By the way, I'm going to play a song that I absolutely adore for you guys, and it's a song that we listened to when I was at Dr. Joe Dispenza's week-long event. Oh my God, if you ever get the chance to go to one of his week-long events, I highly recommend it. It's a game changer, life-changing. It's like, talk about tuning into the quantum field of infinite possibilities, you know, meditation on steroids, but like tuning into love, connecting your heart and your brain, and balancing all of your chakra energy systems and connecting them all to that, like higher power source, whatever you want to call that. It's pretty potent. And, that infinite source of energy is what feeds us and fuels us and creates health and well-being when we're more connected to that than the others. So, oops, I just started talking about stuff that I was going to talk about like after 2 o'clock. So, hey, Nina, welcome. So I'm going to play a song for you. Ready? Here it goes. Get this.
I love my life. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am free. I love my life. I am wonderful. I am magical. I am free. I love my life.
Isn't that great? I love this song. Hey, Carly's here. Hey, Carly. Hey, Margaret. It's called I Love My Life. Who sings it? James Turner? No. Adam Turner. I Love My Life. Adam Turner. It's a remix. So anyways, I'm just going to wait another minute, give people a chance to hop on. Keep dancing. That's my favorite. Ready?
I love my life. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am free. I love my life.
I am wonderful. I am magical. I am me.
I love my life.
Probably sounds all distorted for you guys. Anyways, that's enough of that. I'll tune that down. So, welcome to Addicted to Miracles. Thanks for being here. And I'll just get started. There's a new body code system that has been updated and upgraded since Dr. Bradley Nelson created it. So if you've never heard of Dr. Bradley Nelson or the body code, you can Google it and look it up. Dr. Bradley Nelson was a chiropractor, but he had something that was very, very creating a lot of illness for him, and nothing would work. And he ended up learning energy stuff and totally messing up his story. But this is a powerful system of ways to find where we have imbalances that are going on, whether they are mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual, or maybe even some others, that we aren't aware of, but and how those imbalances create a change in our energy, create a change in our energy flow, our ability to be well and have health. Okay, so what the body code has, it finds pathogens, it finds where we have maybe imbalances in our circuits and systems of all of our body parts, like organs, glands, tissues. It finds where we have toxins or energetic things that need to be balanced. I'll show you what it looks like. I don't have a good sharing system. I don't know how to share stuff on my computer yet. So let me just pull it up for you and you can see it. Oh, how do I expand on this? Okay, here we go. So this is what I'm going to be looking at. Okay, the body code system right here. Okay, you can see I have a light shining, so it's brighter in here, so you can just see that, but it might be backwards. So, and if I touch on like one of the things, it breaks it down into more and more and more. So basically, everything that I need is in this system. I could type a different one, and it breaks it down, and then here and here and here. So depending on what needs to be identified for you, I will find it. Your higher self, your I don't know, some, like, people call it the subconscious. It's the part of you. I mean, we know ultimately, infinitely, we know what needs to be cleared and resolved or changed, but some of it is in our subconscious where we don't really have access to it. But if you think about like your highest self, your higher self knows everything. Our conscious cognitive minds might not really think or know like on a conscious level, but our subconscious mind will know. Did I say that backwards before? I might have actually said that backwards before. So what I'm trying to say is there's a part of us that knows and has the wisdom to know everything that's going on. So I'm just reading some comments. Hey, Carly and Margaret. Saraya said, I will play. Always up for raising my vibes. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. And so go ahead and comment, say hi. Oh, by the way, tell me where you are, because I love that. I love seeing where people are. And if you want to be a volunteer, I'm going to do little short mini sessions. That way I can get to several people and I can do as many as I can. So with that said, this is really just a small demonstration. If I was working with you, there would be a longer period of time where I'm working with you, like a full session, not just like a 15-minute blurb. So sometimes people have like miraculous changes in one session and everything like is changed. They have pain and it's gone. Or they like wake up the next morning and feel lighter and brighter and life just feels like anxiety has been lifted, stuff like that. But other times there's a little bit of time involved, so don't try and get an expectation in your mind that, you're either going to get this huge change or you're not going to get this huge change either way, because you could have massive changes in just a very short period of time. You never know. One time I did a quick emotion code sample session for somebody. I removed one trapped emotion. She messaged me 3 weeks later and said, hey, Chrissy, by the way, I didn't want to tell you before because I wanted to make sure it lasted, but I woke up the next morning and I had zero desire to smoke. She's like, I've been smoking for a long time and I woke up and I just didn't want a cigarette. She said like 3 weeks later that she just didn't want a cigarette. I'm like, wow, who knew, right? Because I didn't go into that session with her saying, hey, let's see what we can do to stop smoking for you. That wasn't how it went. So when I ask people, I mean, they usually tell me what it is they're hoping to change, but I also like to ask their higher self, what's the most important thing for you? So when I'm kind of playing around with you guys, I'm just going to say, hey, what does this person's higher self really want you to know, to consciously know, to bring to your awareness, so that when you have the awareness, then you have the ability to make conscious choices. So it's not about making some things wrong and other things right. It's about becoming aware. So now you're at choice. And which choices are going to be the best choices for you, that are going to create the most for you, the most health, wealth, well-being, better relationships, or whatever you're looking for, right? Connie's in Sweden. Hi, Connie. That's awesome. California, Carly. Woohoo! Pennsylvania. Hey, Saria, my father's in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. By the way, my iPad thinks I just said, hi, Siri. So now it's looking at me like waiting for me to talk to it. I'm not talking to you. Okay, that was funny. It's like, yes, Chrissy. Oh my gosh. Hi, Nina. Nina's up for volunteering. Sherry Self. I like that. Sherry Self. Sherry will volunteer. So I'm going to write down some names. I'm not promising I can get to everybody, but I'm just going to kind of go through. And another thing I'm going to try and do today is see if there's like people that have never tried it before and give them an opportunity to try it. Saraya said that's the second time it's happened. Yeah, she didn't talk to me this time though. So interesting. Alrighty, I'm gonna write down a couple names while we're going here. That's cool. I see there's at least 9 people watching. That's exciting for me. This is new, doing YouTube videos, by the way. I have a Facebook group that I do more YouTube, I do more videos in, and I have fun doing these videos. It's just fun for me. Okay, Sherry. Okay. And Saria. Margaret's going to play, of course. You will play, Margaret. Okay. Okay. Now, all right. So I was talking about the body code. The body code is now an updated version. There's a lot of confusion for a lot of people about all of that. If you already bought the body code with Dr. Bradley Nelson, you will have access to whatever is still downloadable to your computer. But as soon as the software don't match anymore, you know, like system updates happen, new computers, their old program won't be like accessible for forever. So hopefully you have access to it for as long as possible. I don't update my computer very much, so I actually still have access to it on my desktop. But the newer version is a monthly fee, and you pay monthly for it, and they have like so much more in it. I'm like so excited. When I started using it recently, there's just a lot of new information in there. They describe things better. There's just there's more, and it's cool. It's cool. It's spot on as far as what I've experienced. I'm looking for my pendulum. So if you've never seen me work before, I use a pendulum. Okay, this one is my pendulum of the day. Sometimes I use my necklace, which happens to be also serves as a pendulum, but I like to wear my necklace instead of use it. So if you don't use a pendulum, typically, you can muscle test, and you can learn many different ways to muscle test. So if you just go online and Google kinesiology and muscle testing, you can learn how to muscle test for yourself, and you can start to find your yes and no answers to things. So like, I'm going to ask your higher self, do I need to find something to clear for you in the body code? And I'm going to get a yes or a no. And then I'm going to say, okay, is it like on the left side or the right side of the page? I'm going to get yes, no answers. So you can learn to do that for yourself, and you can start to ask, is this choice going to contribute to me? Yes or no? You know, you could just start to use that on a daily basis, as far as asking yourself questions like, do I have somebody else's energy? Am I connected to someone else's energy right now? Is this even my anxiety that I'm aware of and feeling right now? Stuff like that. Like, you start to learn how to use the tools to contribute to yourself. Margaret says, it's going to be a good one because you keep cutting in and out. Always. Am I cutting out for everybody else? I'm so curious. So cool. So I've got a couple people that have commented that they would like to volunteer. So I'm gonna take those people. And if you're interested in trying it out, please just comment, and I'll see if I can get to more people. I just want to make sure that I tell you and remember to tell you that I'm offering a very special flash sale. I'm actually doing it because I'm practicing online booking. It's like technology is like my kryptonite, you know? I'm like pushing myself all the time to do things on computers and stuff like that. So attaching an online booking system to my website and actually getting this whole system in place has been like, I've been working on pushing myself to do it and choose it for like 8 months. So I finally did it the other day, and I've got this 45-minute session schedule, online booking for this service, one service, 45 minutes. It's 60% off of my regular rates. So anybody can choose that. Even if I already work with you, it's fine. You know, whatever you already have in place, we'll just keep that in place. But if you want to have a session and you want to just do that 45-minute big flash sale, it's $36 for a 45-minute private session. You'll go online to addictedtomiracles.com/raise your vibes. That'll take you to a special page where you can click book now. It'll show up a calendar with the days that you can schedule. It's only going to run for this week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then next week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So there's 8 days that I'm doing it, and there's like 6 sessions each day. So right now, the first week is almost full. I started announcing it last night. So the first week is filling up pretty quickly. I'm like, wow, very excited about that. And it's so easy, I can't even tell you. It's like people go, they book their own session, they get a confirmation email, and you get a Zoom link in the confirmation. It's automatically generated, and it's like a done deal. So it's really easy. And then we'll meet on Zoom and have that 45-minute session. So that's how that goes. Okay. Whew. Wow. Alrighty. So the body code, there's 6 main categories. I'm going to ask on behalf of Margaret first, because she is first on the list here. Is there an imbalance on the body code that we can find for you? And the answer is yes. So now, do I want to look at the left side? No. So the right side is a yes. Do I want to be in the top section? Middle section is a yes. Okay, so it's taking me to misalignments. So that there's 6 categories on this page. Is it on the left side? It jumped into a yes. Is it in the top section? Nope. Middle? Nope. The bottom section. Oh, it's taking me to a misalignment of a chakra. Okay, Margaret, let's see what that's all about. Misalignment, imbalance of the chakra. Let's see which one. Okay, so now, as some of you may know, and maybe some of you have no idea what a chakra is, it's an energy center. There are 7 that are typically acknowledged. They are energy centers that start at the base of our spine, and then at our umbilical cord area, and then at our like rib cage right here, at our heart, our throat, our third eye, and our crown chakra. Okay, so there's 7 typical ones that people normally talk about. There's more energy centers than just that, but these are the 7 chakras that are in this system. And so now, do I want to look at one on the left side of this page? Yes. So is it in the top 2? Yes. Is it in the, okay, top one? No. The second one down is a yes. It's taking me to the brow chakra. Okay, third eye, brow chakra. So that's the 6th chakra, third eye. Now the third eye chakra is, I want to tell you what it's about. It's associated with our intuition, intellect, our insight, and perception. It's like your mind's eye, okay? And so keeping it balanced helps us to plan for the future. It helps us when, stay able to be concentrated, to be able to concentrate. It's literally about your wisdom and comprehension, stuff like that. So we want you to be very clearly tapping into, accessing and choosing from your open, receptive, clear, 100% intact wisdom, comprehension, intuition, clarity, and all of that stuff. All right, so that's the desire. That's what we hope to do. So so now this system is so cool. First, it tells you the explanation of the whole thing, right? Then it goes into decoding. So then we ask, are there any associated imbalances that need to be decoded? And the answer is yes. So now I have to go back to the home page and find out what are the associated imbalances. So here we go, back to the beginning, and let's find out what it's associated. Hold on. So is it on the left side of the body code chart? No. Is it on the right side? Yes. Is it in the top one? Nope. Middle one? Bottom one. So now it's taking me to the category of nutrition and lifestyle. Okay, now do I want to be on the left side? No. Right side is a big yes. Okay, the top two, nope. Third one down, nope. Fourth one down is a yes. It's actually taking me to hydration. Okay. Left side of the page, nope. Right side of the page, yes. Top one, middle one, bottom one. Electrolyte utilization. Interesting. Okay. Electrolyte utilization. Whew. I think for the sake of saving time, I'm not going to go into big, long explanations of all of this stuff. I could read a lot of stuff to you and describe to you all of this stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and ask, is there an associated imbalance that needs to be decoded or released in order to clear this, to balance this? Okay, yes. So let's see what that is. Now, is it on the left side of the body code chart? Yeah, it's making my mouth water. Oh, I'm starting to water. Okay, left side. Is it in the energies? All right, it's taking the energies. So there's an energy present that's, is it left side? No. Right side is a yes. Top one, middle one, emotional. All right, so there's an emotional energy. Is it on the left side of the page? No. Right side? No. It's a compound, which is the old terminology for this was psychic trauma, which would be just like more than one emotion that kind of happened at the same time. So a compound emotional energy. So now is this on the left side of the page? Yes. Is it in the top one? Yes. It's taking me to prenatal emotional compound. Wow, this is going pretty deep for you, Margaret. Prenatal emotional compound. This stuff goes so far into it. It's amazing. So the prenatal emotional compound is a type of trapped energy that is similar to a prenatal trapped emotion. But instead of one pure emotional frequency, there are two or occasionally three that are blended together. So, all right. So is there more than two emotions? No. So I'm going to find the two emotions for you, and then we'll clear all that. All right. All right. So the first emotion is on the left side of the emotion code chart. No. So for anybody that's watching, I'll show you what the emotion code chart looks like. Okay. It's literally trying to do it so you don't get that big ring. So there's two columns of emotions and then 6 rows, okay? If I were to tap one of the boxes, it opens up, and then I can, click it, and it'll describe each emotion. So it's very easy. It flows. It's easy to use here. So I'm going to go back. So I clicked on resentment. I wonder if you have resentment. So let's see what the two emotions that you have going on here for this compound emotional energies. Left side, yes. Okay, rows 1 through 3, row 4. So row 5 is a yes. Item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Emotional, inherited, yes. Okay, so hold on. I got to write this down. I'm talking too fast. Left side. 4. There's an inherited emotion. Okay. Is it the first emotion, second emotion, third emotion? That's rejection. Okay, so rejection is part of this compound of emotions, okay? So rejection, which was inherited, okay? So you're not the first person. This sort of passed down. So mom or dad felt rejected. grandma, grandpa felt rejected, maybe great grandma, great grandpa felt rejected. So this energy of rejection is like now just sort of, it's like passed down the line, down the line, down the line. And here you are, Margaret, with inherited emotions of rejection, also compounded with something else. Okay, let's find out what the other emotion is that's compounded with this. Is it on the left side? Yes. Is it in rows 1 through 3? No. Row 4? Yes. A4. I gotta write it down. I'm gonna forget. A4. Item 1 is a yes. A4, item 1, anger. Okay. So there's rejection and anger. Now, anger, by the way, is not only is it a strong displeasure and hostility, usually aroused by real or supposed wrong. Anger can be generated when we feel threatened or as a cover-up when we feel hurt, afraid, or in denial, okay? So there's this rejection and this anger. Now think about that. The rejection, you feel totally hurt, rejected and hurt. And then there's this anger in the form that, you know, can be because of feelings of hurt or afraid or in denial, right? So let's ask now on your behalf, Margaret. Now I'm going to do it the way Bradley Nelson teaches, but you take your hand and just run it up and over the, you know, your forehead, over the top of your head and down the back of your neck, okay? Just like that. This is what's called the governing meridian in the energy systems. It's like the central energy line that feeds all the other meridians. So the governing meridian is the central meridian that feeds all the others. And so when we, you could use a magnet, but we actually have a magnetic field that comes from our hands as well, like our bodies, you know, have a magnetic field. So it's like magnifying and pushing in, so to speak, the intention that we are releasing this compound emotional energies of rejection and anger. And since it's an inherited rejection, we're just going to ask several times and clear it for, you know, like at least 10 swipes here. Just asking on your behalf and those who have come before you. I'm actually going to find out how far back this goes, by the way. So did you get this from your mom's side? Yes. Did you get this from your dad's side? Yeah. Okay. So on your mom's side, how far back does it go? More than 5 generations? Okay. More than 10? 10, 9, 8? Okay. 8 generations back for your mom. How about your dad? More than 10? 9, 8, 7, 6? 6 generations for your dad. So just all of the generations that have experienced this and generated this and passed it down, the energetic imprinting that has gone through the generations down the line, all the way down the line for all of those who have come before you, including all of their children and their children and their children, releasing from the field for all of those involved, all of this emotional compound of energies, including rejection and anger, okay? I feel like I wanna go like this. It's kind of like, it's like over here, get away. Go away. So clearing the field. Not only are we clearing it this way, we're gonna clear it that way. Do whatever feels right for you. As long as you know you're asking with the intention of releasing this. So releasing this on behalf of you and all of your, all of the relatives, generations and bloodlines that carried it forward over time, all the way to you. And so release it for your siblings as well. So you could release it for your brother or anybody else you might have, siblings. Wow. Okay. Are you feeling any of that? I'm so curious. Anybody else notice? Sometimes there are people who watch these who are also very perceptive and are perceiving energies themselves. And you can actually note, like if you're paying attention and tuning into the process, you might notice the flow. And so right now there's like flow happening, but there's also like a stuck thing. So there's just like a density of energy that has not cleared, but there's also flow of energy that is clearing. So Margaret, we'll talk about that later. So anything else I need to do with that emotion compound? No. So I'm going to go back to the misalignment imbalance of your third eye chakra. All right. Is there another imbalance association that we need to acknowledge or clear? No. So let's just ask on your behalf now, Margaret, then please, to reset and realign your third eye chakra, please. Realigning, reset. You could even just say balancing it, harmonizing it, asking it to spin, open channels, flowing energy with ease, reset, realign, rebalance, recalibrate, harmonize, whatever word works for you, okay? But resetting this brow chakra, please. Back to 100% total capacity. Wow. Holy crap. If you didn't get chills before, you must be getting them by now. Oh my God. Okay. Saraya says I had to sit down when that was clearing. Actually, I felt it in my head. Nina says I got chills. Yeah. Uh-huh. Right. Cool. All right. So is there anything else I need to do with that? No. All right, Margaret, that's your body code sample session for today. Cool. Thank you for playing. I'm going to work with Saraya next, and then I got Sherry on the line here. If anybody else is watching, please say hi. Tell me where you are. I love knowing that. And also tell me if you want to play. I mean, like, make sure you say, I would love to volunteer or play or whatever you know, maybe this isn't play to you, but for me, it feels like play. It feels lighthearted. And what if we could feel lighthearted and play while we change everything? And what if the more playful we are, the more joyful we are, the more healing and flowing energies is possible? Just throwing that out there as a possibility. Okay. How's everybody doing there? Okay, Saraya, you're up next. Let's go. Okay. Oh, Nina, Sherry's in Virginia. I have family that was in Portsmouth, Virginia. Cool. Okay. So, Saraya, here we go. Do you have an imbalance that we can identify in the body code? The answer is yes. Okay, let me get to the beginning here. Do I want to be on the left side? Nope. The right side is a yes. Pathogens, misalignments, yes. Okay, misalignments. All right, left side is a yes. Common, let's see, top one, middle one, bottom one. Oh, wow, you guys have chakra stuff going on today. That's interesting. Must be a chakra call. Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan. I should have played Shaka Khan when we started the call. Chakra Khan. Okay. So chakra, is it on the left side of the page? It is. Is it in the top one, the second one, the third one down? All right. For you, it wants to go to the throat chakra. Okay. So the fifth chakra is your throat chakra. Okay. And so this one is representative of, you know, like your communication, expression, okay, how you communicate or express yourself. I'm going to read the body codes version. The throat chakra is associated with communication, self-expression, purification, learning, and creativity. If one is unable to speak their truth, they may have an imbalanced throat chakra. So, wow. Okay. Even that, just something just went right there. So is there an associated imbalance that needs to be decoded? No. Okay. So Saraya, apparently all we need to do for you is ask to reset it. Okay. So we're holding the intention to reset your throat chakra. Asking now with the intention, I am resetting my throat chakra. You all can do that if you'd like, okay? This isn't just for one person. You are welcome to join in, holding this intention on your own behalf, allowing myself to communicate and express my true authentic self, my authentic truth, what is true for me, allowing myself to express myself and communicate. There we go, resetting, balancing that out. Wow. Okay. Wow. There's a lot of other things that it suggests too in here. So in addition to resetting, To help rebalance the chakra, you could consider meditation focused on self-care, practicing speaking your mind in safe spaces, practicing empowering self-talk, singing or a low vibrational hum with intention to purify the throat chakra, journaling your thoughts and try to put them into action, writing a mantra for yourself and say it out loud to yourself at least once per day. These are all just ideas and suggestions, okay? Finding a creative outlet in which you may be able to express yourself. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but doing videos and Facebook Lives is one of the ways that I express myself. And it's wonderful. I love it. It feels great. So it always contributes to me when I do these things. So, find whatever way works for you, writing or anything. Okay, so how you doing, Soraya? That's what your higher self wanted you to know and to clear and to bring back into balance. So moving forward, think about what it is that you may not be allowing yourself to speak about. If there's anything in particular that you haven't allowed yourself to just be in the world, because sometimes it's not about talking. It might just be about how you be in the world that shows yourself, expresses you. So expression doesn't have to be a verbal communication. Expression can just be, how does my energy communicate to the world, right? What is my energy communicating to everybody? And will I allow myself to be myself and project myself, express myself to the world? Try that one out and see how that feels. Sorry, it's very interesting because I've been working on balancing my throat, my chakras all week, one a day since Sunday. Today is throat chakra day. I've been using crystals, essential oils, journaling. Oh, that's great. Journaling and Reiki. Awesome. Cool. So that's wonderful. Your higher self is on board, just supporting you in your intention. So that's beautiful. So Sherry, are you still here? I'll do something with you. And if anybody else is watching and would like me to do a body code sample session with and for you, I would be happy to. So you just have to comment and tell me that you'd like to play or volunteer. See, I think of it as play. It's making me want to burp. So there's something clearing. I'm checking my phone, sorry. My Facebook group, I do have an Addicted to Miracles private Facebook group where I do a lot of Facebook Lives as well. And it's Facebook Addicted to Miracles. There's a public page. I don't do videos there. I do them inside the group, which is a closed group. So you have to ask to join the group, and then I let you in. Once you're in the group, that's my little living room space. I take you into my space and I play in there often. It's my favorite place to go play. So I'm expanding my horizons. I'm doing it publicly on YouTube for the whole freaking world to see it. If they, I'm like, talk about putting myself out there. I'm practicing putting myself out there. This is a challenge for me. I used to be like, oh my God, I can't let God, what if my friends saw me? Isn't that funny? What if my friends saw what I do? It's like a crazy fear, but I'm out of my closet of the crazy energy work that I do at this point. You either receive it or you don't, and that's okay. So the people that receive it from me usually have some pretty cool experiences, You can go to my addictedtomiracles.com website and check out some of the testimonials there. People have some really amazing changes. Sometimes it's psychic changes. Sometimes it's a sense of well-being and ease or lightness of heart. And sometimes it's like, wow, I can breathe. I couldn't breathe my whole life, and now all of a sudden I can breathe. It's kind of like amazing, different things change. So you never know. Miraculous changes. And a miracle to me might be nothing for you. And a miracle that for you would be like something like somebody else wouldn't even think of a miracle. So I always invite people to get out of any idea or judgment you have about miracles, because sometimes it's like staying alive is a miracle for some people who are basically suicidal their whole life, right? Or not having a drink, for an alcoholic drink for 4 days, for somebody who's struggled with alcohol their whole life. That's a miracle, right? So miracles are in many shapes and forms. Okay, so Sherry's here. Cool. Sherry, What will contribute to you? I just have to write a note down here so I don't forget. Throat chakra first. Okay. 1 second, sorry. Okay. So Sherry, where are we going for you? Left side of the body code? No. Right side is a yes. Pathogen. Okay, it's taking me to the pathogen category. Now, pathogen, the word in and of itself just means something, anything that causes disease. Okay, break that word disease down and just write dis-ease. Okay, so this dis-ease of yours, it might manifest in your body, your relationships, your mental state of mind, well-being, things like that, your spirit, dis-ease. Okay, so your financial reality might have some dis-ease. So think broad sense when you hear the word pathogen. It's anything that causes dis-ease. Dis-ease. So I'm going to break it down for you now. Now, do I want to be on the left side? Yes. So it's taking me to physical pathogens. Okay, left side of the page, yes. Okay, top one, second one, third one, fourth one. Okay, I've never seen this one before. Hold on. Biofilm. So this is a physical pathogen. My mouth is watering. Biofilm. I'm going to read it to you because I'm going to read it to myself as well. Biofilms are created in the presence of microorganisms that combine to create a slimy, sticky, protective barrier that are also recognized as a complex biological system. The organisms, Sherry says she's already feeling this in her head, the organisms, whether it's bacteria, mold, fungi, or parasites, organize themselves into a coordinated functional community. The biofilm organisms can share nutrients and are sheltered from harmful factors such as antibiotics and the body's immune system. Types include plaque on teeth, biofilms surrounding any other areas of infection in the body. So let's see where it takes us. Is it necessary to identify more about this biofilm? Okay, it's going into a yes. So if yes, which is unlikely, muscle test to see which of the following pieces of information need to be identified. What type of organism created this biofilm? Bacteria, mold. Mold is a yes. Fungus, parasite? No. All right, so mold. So this is associated with mold. Do I need to know anything else? I kind of want, no? Okay, I think that's enough. Something's starting to move. Wow, it's already like, ooh, something's happening. Now, don't forget, we have the ability to shift and change things on an energetic level way more than anybody ever imagined. So let's just see what this is and where it takes us. Is there an associated imbalance that we need to decode? Yes. Okay, let's see what's associated with this. I have to go back to the beginning. So it's associated with, all right, left side of the body code chart. Yes, top one, middle one. Circuits and systems, or systems. Okay, circuits or systems. Okay, left side, no. Right side, yes. Organs, okay. Glands, okay, one's both. Energy body, no. Organ, glands, okay, it's more glands. Glands. Is there an organ? No. All right, glands, okay. Left side, okay. Top one, bottom one. Okay, female glands. Well, I'm glad it's female. Anything on the right side? No. Okay, so female glands. Let's see what it has to do with female glands. Okay, left side of the page, right side of the page. Right side of the page. Okay, this is so weird. Wow, it's 44:44 right now. 4444. That's the minute as I'm working with you, Sherry. So placenta. Okay, this has to do with the placenta. I wonder if you is this about when you were in utero, or is it when you had your own child? No, when you were in utero. Wow, this goes way back. I wonder how old you are, Sherry. But there's something that happened like during the time that you were in utero. Okay, and it has to do with this biofilm associated with mold, and it impacted you in. Okay, so I'm not going to get into all of these detailed explanations of stuff because I'm going to see what else we need to clear. Let me see. There's a lot. There's a ton of information here. It would along a lot of information. Do I need to talk about that? Do I need to talk about that? If you've been guided to this page by the subconscious mind through testing, it indicates that the placenta is unhappy or imbalanced in some way. Okay. Wow. All right. I know this sounds really strange, so bear with me, okay? And I'm going to tell you a short story just so you understand that this is okay. Even though this has to do with something that's obviously happened a long, long time ago, there's this cellular memory stuff happening. There's just this energy present. So just think of it as an energetic imprinting, an energy present. It doesn't mean you have a placenta. It doesn't mean anything like that. But nonetheless, so because I did another live Facebook live video, and one of the guys I worked on, I did balancing by numbers using frequencies, and it brought me to a frequency. This isn't body code stuff, but the frequency was to balance stuff around his lungs and the bronchioles in his lungs. But the occurrence of the when it happened was as a newborn baby. It wasn't in utero, but it was literally like infant, like brand new baby. And so we cleared up like several different imbalances associated with lung stuff. And he said that when he was an infant, he had a punctured lung. He was in the hospital with a punctured lung, and he's had breathing problems his whole life. And after I did that clearing with him and brought those imbalances back that happened as an infant, the next morning, his whole breathing thing changed. His whole everything, his breathings was different. He could run farther, faster, had better lung breathing capacities. He's a runner. You can read about that on the website. It's on my front homepage. It's such an exciting story, Adam. So, whatever imbalance it may have been created when you were in utero, even where you were still connected to the placenta, the umbilical cord and the placenta, all having to do with like before, during pregnancy. So there's something that you got subjected to during the pregnancy that had to do with mold, that was created an unhappy, imbalanced sense in the placenta for you. That's what we want to bring back into balance. Okay. So whatever that energy was, we're asking to release it. Okay. Let me just see if there's any other, anything else. Is there another association that we need to be decoded? Okay. Okay. So here's the intention. We're just going to reset the placenta, all of the energy and all the associations, all of that. Okay. I know you're not pregnant, or maybe you are. If you are, then maybe there's something going on with your own child. But just think about it. Is this from you being pregnant? It says no. So whatever that was for you when you were in utero, resetting all of the energetic imbalances that were created, the pathogens, the mold, and clearing it all now for you, and everything associated with that imbalance in the placenta, clearing all that now. Wow. Okay. Reset. There's some common symptoms that happen as a result of this. Vaginal bleeding, uterine or abdominal discomfort, diurnal, no, sorry, ignore that one. Some hormone stuff. So if you have anything going on with your uterus or vaginal, anything like that, I'd be very curious to know if that is a history for you, and notice if anything feels different after this. Okay, so just check it out, give it some time, sit with it over time. This might not be something like you go, wow, everything just changed. So you never know. You don't know. Whew. Okay, Sherry says not pregnant. Yes, I'm assuming that's what the not is for. So anything else that I need to do with that? There is something else. Okay, so did I reset it yet? I did. Okay, so let's just remove the biofilm, removing this mold biofilm, releasing and removing the biofilm. We already released the imbalance associated with the placenta, and now we're asking to remove this biofilm energy imbalance, removing biofilm. Wow. I'm going back to the biofilm page. Where was that? I want to see it. See, I'm not used to where any of this stuff is anymore. Oh my goodness. Where was it? Glands? Female glands? No. I'm going to have to do some homework and start studying this stuff a little bit because I can't even find my way back to that pathogen. It was in the pathogens. Got it. Okay. Biofilm. Okay. So is there nutritionist or herbal recommended for this? Okay. So I am not a nutritionist, nor am I an herbalist, but you might ask at some point, do a little research, see if there is something that would help you with any sort of mold biofilm. So if you've had any physical body symptoms or anything that has been, I'm trying to read what else would contribute to you. Something's blowing out. I'm just letting it just kind of blow out as we're talking. I don't know if you can feel that. When I get those big blowout exhale breaths, something is just like there's something blowing out and releasing. And so I'm going to let that keep processing out. Do you need to do those things? It's kind of like not really, yes, no, yes, no. I'm getting a phone call. Sorry. Okay. I declined. Okay. So Sherry, let's private message me on Facebook if you want to ask or clarify any more of that with me, okay? So if it makes total sense to you, great. If it makes no sense to you, I will continue this conversation with you and I will give you some additional resources. So anything else I need to say about that? Nope. So your higher self says, nope, that's it. You needed to know this. Can you clear this energetically? It's kind of like, it's going front, back, front, back. Like there's parts of it that we're clearing energetically for you, but sometimes there's other things that we need to do to support. So there's something else that will support you. You're welcome, Sherry. My pleasure. So just keep that in mind, this biofilm associated with mold. Just check it out. See if you have had any mold exposure, any symptoms that are similar to what mold might cause for symptoms, and then look for just supplemental supplements that support clearing mold. Okay, there are things that we can talk about that we were trained in with the body code, so I'm not going to get into it right now, but I will talk to you if you want to private message me. Please do. All right? Okay. So is there anybody else? I know that there's some people watching. If you wanted to volunteer for a sample of the body code, you can, I'm just looking at the comments. You can comment and let me know. Usually when I work with clients, I use more than just the body code. So I'm trying to keep it kind of straightforward with just the body code. But I do feel like I'm limiting myself a little bit. So I use belief statement work. I help people to identify where they're believing limited beliefs. I help people identify using balance by numbers frequencies, what might also be able to be balanced in that way for you. I use online interactive other systems. So anyways, I'm just kind of talking while I wait to see if anybody else would like to volunteer. So in the meanwhile, by all means, if you want to try a full-on private one-on-one session with me, you can take advantage of my flash sale, addictedtomiracles.com, and then / raise your vibes. It'll take you to this directly to a service where you can book it, apply the promotion code. The promotion code is Raise Your Vibes. It's all about Raise Your Vibes. And then you book your session according to what time works for you. You'll get a confirmation email with a Zoom link generated especially for you for that session. And we'll meet on Zoom and have a conversation, a two-way conversation. It's definitely easier when I can have a conversation with you. So then we can have a dialogue going on. So there you go. I'm going to see, what can I contribute to you guys before we go? Is there something I can contribute to you all? I want to end it with something cool. So, oh my God. Okay, what's it? Margaret says she doesn't bit. I think you mean bite. She doesn't bite. Okay. I don't bite, I promise. I'm going to see where it's taking me to something called the Muscle Testing Toolkit. So I use this as well. So do I want to be on the left side of the page? I'm sorry, do I want to be in 0 to 5, 6 to 10, 11, 12, 13? 13. Okay. These are affirmations. Cool. I'm going to take you to an affirmation. 1 through 5, 6 through 10 is a yes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 9. Okay, this is for everybody. Oh, this is beautiful. Now, I want you all to just think about your version of a higher power, the universe, the source of all things. Okay? Some people call that God. Some people call it the divine. Some people call it the Holy Spirit. So whatever that is for you, whatever your version of that. For me, sometimes I literally just think the infinite source of all things. That's how it works for me. And then you can name it any name you want. But allow the infinite source of all things, whatever you choose to call it, to take all of the broken pieces and work everything out in a unique and brilliant manner. Oh, I love that. That's what you guys just got, like, I pulled that out for everybody on the YouTube video here. That is so beautiful. So ask and make that statement. Choose it if you'd like, and just say, yes, I allow this source of all things that I choose to call whatever you want, the universe, the cosmos, God, the divine, the great Holy Spirit, the quantum field, nature, whatever, to take all of the broken pieces and work everything out in a unique and brilliant manner. I love that. It's like being a mosaic, you know? When you get all these broken pieces and there's shattered pieces and shards all over the place, and then you put them into this beautiful new mosaic, and you put them into this beautiful new piece of art. And that's what we are. We just take all of our pieces, we bring them all together, and we put it back together in a beautiful way. That's what we do. that's what's happening. Okay. Hey, little gems here. Hi. Cool. Um, okay, well, I think I've been on for about an hour, so I think that might be enough time for today. um, I already talked about the flash 60% off sale, so you guys know that. addictedtomiracles.com/raise your vibes. So you can get a 45-minute session for $36 for the next 2 weeks. And also, if you're new to me and you want to find me in other places, I have an Addicted to Miracles private Facebook group that you're welcome to join. I do a lot of live videos there using a whole bunch of different modalities. Sometimes I play with cards and I read cards like this one, Dreams. What if your dreams would come true and you were the master creator of your life? I love that, just for fun. I just play around with all kinds of stuff. So whatever it takes to raise our vibes, right? Sometimes we have these things we don't even understand. We don't know. They're like invisible, but they're back there and they're talking to you or they're informing you and they're keeping you in the lower vibes. So we want to just bring everything back to your conscious level of awareness where you see it. You can recognize what is, you allow yourself to see it and then recognize it, shift it, transform it, transmute it, transcend beyond things, rise above and make new choices, create a totally different reality. So that's what happens. We start to acknowledge what is, not from a place of judgment, but just from a place of recognizing it and then giving ourselves more possibilities to ask, like, hey, what else is possible? What other choices could I have? What would contribute to me? What could I contribute to the world and the universe and all of those around me? And what can the universe contribute to me? And it starts to become this big, great, awesome picture of flowing, of abundance, gifting and receiving, and all of the ways that we can receive from all parts of, all places and spaces. Sometimes we block our receiving. Often, most times, we block our receiving. But the more we let go of the things that block us, and then the more open we are, like receptive, we start to receive more. We get more wealth, more health, more well-being, more like joyful relationships, more energized. We feel better. So that's the byproduct of connecting more deeply to your higher infinite source of all things and disconnecting and detaching or disengaging from the lower vibrational things that keep walls and barriers and protective mechanisms and strategies in place so that now you don't need to have these things in place. Now you know your infinite self and your infinite power. When you're in your own power, you're not struggling and fighting and surviving. You're being and you're thriving and you're enjoying. Okay, so just giving you some possibilities here. That's what what is also available. So Nina says, as always, Chrissy, I felt clearing and release as well, and definitely raised the vibes. Thank you, Nina. Awesome. So if you like this stuff, maybe subscribe. So I think if you subscribe, you'll be notified when I go online for live videos on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I try to let people know ahead of time, but I'm very spontaneous, so I don't typically plan very far in advance. I just, like, the spirit moves me, and I just choose it. So, and I trust that who's supposed to be listening and who is supposed to be here with me is, and it all works out. So I thank you for being here with me today, and I look forward to playing with you in the future. I'm going to stop now. Bye-bye.